So speaking of growth, we're gonna get to the good part.
Yeah.
Maturation.
Yeah.
Explain, brother. You got the
long
outcome?
awaited, man. Long awaited.
Okay.
As I was growing as a person, you know, I knew that as an artist, and again, I you know, people have to understand that I've never been one of those artists who have been considered ratchet or gangster or even conscious. You know what I mean? I've just been a solid artist. I say certain things. You know, there may be a message in it. I'm lyrical. You know, this is just what I've heard about myself. So I didn't really sit in any box, but I did realize that as I was maturing as an artist, that there were topics, concepts, things like that I just no longer had the patience for, no longer wanted to talk about. You know, when you're a part of hip hop and you're an artist too, you're seeing what the overall picture is. So I'm seeing some of the stuff that we're talking about, you know, about how the game has changed, how the artistry itself seems to be going backwards and things like that. So it was a point for me to just mature as an artist, you know, and have that come out in the music, you know. So not be afraid to just talk about things that are just relatable to what is going on in as a more mature artist.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So with the album coming, how was the process creating this album?
The process sucks. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. The process is not. I don't like the process necessarily because, again, you know, we're in a faster world, but things don't necessarily move that fast. You know what I mean? So I'm not in the studio as often as I make the music. You know what I mean? So I'm essentially kind of over it even before I record it to a good extent. And that's kind of what has happened with this Maturation project. It got laid out and recorded, you know what I mean? But now it's just the technical side, you know, it's a mixing thing, it's all of this type of stuff. And you know, I've said before that early on, I did a lot of this stuff. I did a lot of beat making and, you know, but I got out of that, you know what I mean? Because again, I'm transitioning and the only thing I really want to do as an artist is just make the music. So I am relying on other people and other situations and things to happen in order for me to get the music back. So the process, it's fun making it in the moment, but I think it quickly changes once it's done. And then you get into the process of trying to get it out to the people. Then you realize, okay, this is all the technical stuff we got to go through. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what can we expect from this album?
Well, I think that it won't be as many, if you want to say like fun tracks, if you want to say. I did a collab project prior to this, and I didn't really care too much about the content. You know, I wanted to keep it at home, you know, with myself and not go way out. But as far as like consciously, I want to like talk about a subject or do this, do that. You know, it was just about working with other artists. So this one, I'm consciously wanting to actually talk about certain things and bring, you know, just address certain things. You know, okay. either personally or just with the world, whatever, just in that realm. Okay,
cool. So we go on some of the tracks that I've heard. And just give me your take on, you know, the process of them.
Sure.
One of my favorites, I ain't gonna front, Self-Preservation. I love and the other dude was
Ian Sean. Shout out Ian Sean.
I like his verse too. I like that y'all preface it with Dame Dash.
Yeah.
And, you know, just talk to my take, and you can tell me your take. It was just like, it just spoke about independence and doing our own thing, but having the confidence in yourself, you know, to make that trek, you know. So what's self-preservation?
Yeah, that's really what it was about. I mean, I had man, we go so long in this game without getting information about the things we need for ownership and
Get me on to something. These crackers taking everything and leaving us with nothing.
The man, they can't do shit without a manager. It's like Get Out, getting spoon-fed by your handlers. You being masquerades, I be thinking massacre.
As I was getting the game, you know what I mean? I can't even express to you guys how much music I could have put in position to have monetary value or ownership, you know what I mean? And I didn't do that because I didn't know. You know what I mean? Then when you do know, you realize the hurdles that it takes to get that stuff done. So the whole game, the music game, to me is like built to screw the artists. Like they do the work, but a lot of other people, you just get the accolades, but you don't really get the real game from the work that you put in.
Right.
So with self-preservation, it was me recognizing that, looking at hip hop, but then trying to think about myself personally. So I make references to thinking about the idea of feeding my family just with a pen and a notepad. You know what I mean? Like preserving myself that way, preserving my family that way.
Is that the one? I'm confused. Is that the one that starts, I don't want to be a carbon copy? Or is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that one. And then I kind of move in. So self-preservation really, from my end, is just about preserving yourself as an MC. I talk about, again, having your publishing and keeping your ownership and preserving yourself that way, feeding your family, preserving yourself that way through the artistry. And then I make like a Kanye reference and things like that, just to kind of take the social path, with him being someone that really flip-flops, depending on the day, on whether he with us or not with us. So, you know what I mean? So that was what that line was really finding, that answer that he's talking about at that Sunday service that he was doing. That's what that line was about. This is something, that's why it's self-preservation. That answer is in you.
Okay. So thank you.
And maturation too, you can look for that to that Dame Dash thing. There's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of in-between clips of verses from different places, people, and stuff like that. So you can expect that on this album, to where maybe a bridge or a hook would be. There will be some bridges and hooks, but for where that stuff would be, there's gonna be some audio there in order to bring this message. Because
that's hip hop.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to one of my homeboys the other day, and we just talking about now, like, people got 2-minute songs. Like, how the hell are you making 2-minute songs?
Yeah,
like, where's the 3/16s, and then where's the chorus?
That is one of the biggest adjustments I had to make, because I'm used to that format. Right. 4.5, 5-minute songs, 3.5.
Right.
And to have this 24, 36 bar deal with a bridge and a hook and we're out of there.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're only 2 minutes now. You know what I mean? So that's why I tell people, like, if you've been rhyming for a while, the format of how it is today, it's in, like, when I told people, I came up with a bunch of stuff, but it's because you only need 2 minutes from me now. Right. You only need 20 bars now. You only need, I don't have to give you all of this no more. So,
and I like how you put that in there, because this is in our conversation too. When I was building with the brother, just the old feeling of rapping on break beats,
right?
No hooks,
right?
You feel me? It's talking between the hook, or it's just a break beat, and then like Ice Cube was a big one. Throw the break beat, I'm back on track, rocking the mic. And it's like, I miss that.
Yeah.
So even listening to you, and you saying you're gonna have that, just having the intros in there, it speaks, because it brings back that feeling from that era.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes you don't always need a hook.
Yeah.
You could just get a beat, something that comes with the message, and we're going to kick this shit right back off as soon as the bridge is over. Or even bridges. You don't hear bridges in music no more.
Yeah.
Like, where's the bridge?
There's there's no format, but none of it has to go anywhere. Right. You know what I mean? So my kind of blueprint is, I like to take a new age sound. My style, I feel, is from that golden age, so that's that kind of mix, and then we add little things like that to keep the culture and the elements together. I've had DJs come in and scratch in between verses and things like that. Like, I'm gonna bring I like to incorporate all of that. So new age sound, old school artistry.
Okay, thank you, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fans out here.
It's my pleasure.
You need that feeling in that era.
Man, I'm trying to get it, man.
And before to close out on the album, what are some other tracks that we should look forward for when it does drop?
Yeah, I got one that's coming out soon called Illusions. I just put the cover art up for that one. That's the whole Illusion So Grand. This is gonna be, I'm actually taking just I'm taking a shot at 2 GOATs on that one. But I think y'all will get where I'm coming from with that. I got that lined up, and then I just dropped a track called 2 Cents. That to me is that format that we were just talking about, as far as just laying it out as one whole verse. But 2 Cents, I wanted to try to show that growth as far as putting knowledge in the music, but then also keep these Vegas roots. So I made some mentions. So when you go through that 2 Cents track, you'll see kind of 2 different mentalities in there. But I try to mesh it together to just show who I am as a person. But Illusions is coming, and Fault Lines is coming, or BB for Hody. That one's coming. So Illusions, Illusions is more straight through. Fault Lines is more of a turn up deal. So that's the one that specifically I'm trying to take the message with the new age sound and really fuse it, you know. And you got a little peep of it, so you know what I'm saying. I think we got something good there. But overall, man, for me as an artist, just look for me to put something in the music to live on, because that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm about trying to put something out there to live on for not only myself and peer groups, but younger people, and just make being that real lyricist, someone who says something, artist, cool again. It doesn't always have to be about being rich and the theatrics in the show and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right. We regular people going to work every day.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, man. You know what I mean? I just happen to have this talent.
Right.
That's it. You know what I mean? That's really what it is.
That's right. It's in